Is gold on the verge of a breakout? Joining us today, Rick Rule, here on the sidelines of the Vancouver Resource Investment Conference. Rick, welcome back.
Thank you, Daniela. Yeah. Another episode of Beauty and the Beast.
You're too kind, Rick, and too hard on yourself. I look forward to our panel this afternoon. It is called the Ultimate Gold Panel. We're going to be talking a little bit about this right now. Is gold on the verge of a breakout here? Is this going to be gold's year, Rick?
No. Gold will do well this year, but it's not on the verge of a breakout. However, your listeners will be pleased to know that I think gold stocks are on the verge of a breakout. Gold outperformed the gold stocks last year, and the gold stocks this year I think are going to surprise. They're going to surprise particularly because low expectations. In other words, it'll be easier to get under the bar than over the bar. So the gold stocks are going to do quite well. It's interesting, this morning I gave a talk here at what's effectively a gold conference, and I talked about a brand, Sprott, that's one of the biggest brands of the gold business. And every question I got came from the fact that we're doing a gold-backed crypto. The speculative money is still involved in cryptos, not in gold. So you won't see gold break out this year, but you'll see the gold stocks really surprise to the upside.
So is that what will hurt gold's possible rally? You feel still this Bitcoin craze?
I think that gold will break out. I don't think that gold will break out this year. Confidence in too many things is too high. There's too much liquidity in the system. The U.S. 10-year bond still has a huge bid, irrespective of a small yield. Gold does well in times when people are afraid of other stuff, and nobody is afraid of anything.
So I guess you're not forecasting an economic collapse on the stock market here. Still has legs for you?
Does the stock market have legs? I don't know. And what is a collapse? The truth is I've been in major markets for 40 years. I've experienced 3, 30, 40, 50% declines. And if you look over the course of my life, those aren't even blips. They don't matter. But in terms, going back to your question about what will make gold do well, what will make gold do well is a lack of faith in the US dollar, particularly the US dollar as expressed by the US 10-year Treasury. And if you increase interest rates, if there's enough liquidity in the system to increase interest rates, that doesn't inspire fear.
Okay, let's talk about gold mining stocks.
Great.
I know last time you told me, well, depends how hard you want to work. That's how you determine what you're picking here. What are you liking in 2018?
The first one that moves, I think, will be the senior producers and the large intermediates.
Yeah.
They'll move because expectations for them are so low. They're becoming rational capital allocators, and all of a sudden they're generating free cash. They're going to have quarterly earnings beats. But what's really, really, really going to move are going to be the third tier stocks. The companies that are producing small amounts of gold that have a clear path to growth, or single asset companies that are putting the asset in production, get ready to get taken over.
But these require more work.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about the process, what people have to go through when you're playing, not the seniors.
Yeah, of course. I guess the first thing is that you need to pay attention to scale. Companies that aren't producing at least 100,000 ounces a year aren't going to get the interest from either the institutions or the industry. So don't screw around with small stuff. More important than that, Danielle, and we've talked about this for years, great people. You have people involved in companies that have built mines and sold them 3 or 4 times, while most teams have never had a success. The easiest thing to do is to hang out with the best folks in the business. The best folks in the business, Daniela, are not going to have a good year this year. They're going to have spectacular years this year.
You say that by the best of the best.
The deepest thing that you have to do as a speculator is get behind people who are serially successful and relax.
And the work will do itself, right? Rick Rule, thank you so much for joining us. I look forward to our panel this afternoon.
Always a pleasure. Thank you, ma'am.
And thank you for watching. We'll have much more for you from the Vancouver Resource Investment Conference.